Guys, there's going to be a Birds of Prey movie. Probably. Roxy and I have thoughts on it. Roxy, what are you doing over there? You scamp? This isn't sad. It's not like I'm pretending that a person's here. Let's do the logo. We got some casting information for the DC movie that's scheduled to be coming out February 7th, 2020, which is a date that sounds like it's a sci-fi date. It doesn't sound like a real date.
Yeah, 2020 does feel like a very far time away. Also, nothing against this movie, but I would be very surprised if February 7th, 2020 ends up sticking.
You're not wrong, but let's talk about the cast first. Because we found out that we knew who some of the characters were going to be in the Birds of Prey. The Birds of Prey, if you don't know, are a team from the comics, usually female-centric. Actually, normally is. Sometimes you'll get a random dude that pops up every once in a while that has a bird-themed persona, like Hawk will show up sometimes. Don't worry, he's busy over on Titans right now, so his hands are full.
We love the Hawk people on TV.
They're very important, everyone's favorite. But let's talk about Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's been cast as our Huntress, and Jurnee Smollett-Bell as our Black Canary, which is pretty cool.
I think that, so we heard about a week ago that these were tentatives, that they were testing. And I was really nervous because I said, you know, a lot of people were getting excited about this and about diverse casting. And I was just like, why DC? How is this not being like filtered through something? I don't want to know who's testing for it. I don't want to know. So I'm glad actually that these ended up going through, as opposed to like an Alec Baldwin situation where it was like, he's here, JK, like 24 hours later.
He sounded like he accidentally got signed up to join a class that his friend signed him up for. He's like, what? I would never do that. Like, and it's like, what are you talking about? Like, there's press releases. Like,
he was like, no.
Never heard of that. Would never do it. Like, it's like, all right, Alec, relax. You know?
Just like, hard to know who's totally in the right there, but still like, whatever. Anyway.
I get what you mean, and it's cool that like they did follow through. And I've had a crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead for a long time. Love her in Scott Pilgrim, and she was in other movies that are right on the tip of my tongue that I'm gonna pretend that I'm keeping to myself, and not that I forgot what they were. But no, she's amazing, and I really like her, and she's on Fargo as well. So people are there fans of Fargo on FX. You probably like.
I am.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Do you recognize her?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Do you know Jurnee? No. I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Not as familiar. What was it? Season 2 Fargo?
I'm not sure.
Where did we go? I haven't. Well, Fargo's been off the air for a long time.
You had 3 seasons. Ewan McGregor was on one. But I'm excited for Jurnee, and I saw a lot of people like if you're familiar with Gail Simone, she's a comic book writer, and she's very talented and she's very funny. On Twitter, I saw her. Okay. I could see there people who were like, since she had written Black Canary, people were like, oh, it's always got to be played by a white woman with blonde hair, and it's like, no, that's not true. Also, the blonde's a wig because you're supposed to be disguising who you are. Yeah,
which is something that I'm so glad you just said, because nobody's been talking about that.
Yeah, it's kind of like it doesn't really matter.
How did you miss that? 2017, so whichever season that was, and then also she was in. You said Scott Pilgrim already. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Smash, Live Free, or Die Hard.
Oh, 10 Cloverfield Lane, of course. She's a star in that movie, which is an amazing movie. So I'm excited for that. And we don't know who's going to be our Renee Montoya.
She was really good at it. Yeah.
Who, you know.
There are some rumors out about it, but no. I don't even like to talk about it because, like.
It's still up in the air. And I'm actually excited for whoever we get, because Renee Montoya, I know, is normally a detective but for the Gotham City Police Department. But I'm always a big fan of when she became the Question, because that's such a cool costume.
Yeah.
And that's just that's gritty Batman that only deals with conspiracy theories and is always like questioning everything, doesn't believe anyone. And her character as that is so gritty and down to earth and so like kind of crazy that I'm excited to see all those characters go up against each other.
It's kind of wild. I feel like when you ask comic book fans who you want to see live action version of, 50% of the people say the Question at this point. Like, it's a big one that people are.
And it's one that's like never gets quite enough attention.
Yeah. So I think that this casting is great. I think that everything I've heard about this movie is making me excited. It's just weird because there's got to be some disconnect, because I'm still not like believing this film.
Oh, no, 100%. Also, because Margot Robbie's attached with Harley Quinn, and they announced, they just, shotgun 70 movies out there. It's like Harley Quinn movie, Harley Quinn Joker movie, but Harley Quinn Gotham City Sirens,
and
Harley Quinn
Suicide
Birds of Prey.
Squad 2.
Suicide Squad 2. And Suicide Squad versus Justice League. There's a bunch of movies that have been kind of just, thrown out there that we're going to get, and this is the closest one.
It doesn't feel real to me still. So all of these things that they're saying, here's who's on board to direct. Here's who's starring in it. Here's the date. Here's when we're going. Here's who's producing it. I'm like, but are they? And that's just because DC has lost a little bit of their goodwill, unfortunately. And so it's just causing me to call, what do they say in wrestling, swerve. But the thing is, I called swerve about Shazam for many a years. I was like, we're Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
Is that ever going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And
it looks good.
It's happening.
Yeah,
for real.
At the very least, it's happening.
It's happening, yeah.
we can't say it's not because it
is happening.
We're too far gone now.
Yeah, but there's so many movies that we thought were happening that I don't know if we ever see a Man of Steel 2. The Batman movie that the script was turned in for supposedly. I don't know when.
Yeah,
if we
why
see
do we
that
know when someone turns in their
script.
homework?
I don't know. I don't know. Another Justice League movie? I really don't see that thing happening.
Put that one down.
The Flash movie that's supposedly going to start in February filming or whatever. I don't know. The Cyborg movie that's never going to happen. So, the Supergirl movie that apparently is bumping Man of Steel 2. There's just... I know that there's more information about this, and I'm excited about anything that they said about it. I just can't get too excited about the film yet because are we going to get there?
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Who would you think would be a fun Renee Montoya if we did get the movie? Keeping it all up in the air. Who would, just in Dreamland? Because I know Renee Montoya did show up on Gotham a little bit, right? Or a character close to it. Did they never get to...
When did Renee Montoya show up on Gotham?
Because that would be a character that would be really easy to do on Gotham.
I'm trying to think, when did that happen?
Probably season 1.
Because I'm 5 seasons in, so I don't remember anything that's happened not right now.
Because Solomon Grundy has a love interest right now with the Penguin and the Riddler currently.
Well, Solomon Grundy's not in that threesome, but he's doing some weird stuff. But the Penguin and Riddler do have... You're not accurate about that show.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. This is her. That's who was Renee Montoya. She played Renee Montoya in the first season.
Yeah, I don't remember that person ever being on the show, and I don't remember the character ever being on the show. I feel like I would remember that. Mm-hmm. How many episodes was she in? I mean, there's some easy people that you could go to, but obviously because Marvel, we wouldn't be able to get a Rosario Dawson.
She would be really good.
Who would be really excellent there.
But because I don't watch this show, I'm going to have to look up this actress's name. But are you familiar with Brooklyn
From Orange is the New Black? Oh, yes.
See, we said two different... I was thinking of Stephanie Beatrice.
Okay,
Beatrice.
Yeah. And there's a bunch, who's the girl that plays Blanca Flocka on Orange is the New Black? There's a few people that I can think that would be good, but I really, really don't mind them going with no names for this film. Mm-hmm. I really don't mind
people
that.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
know
with
normally.
people who you wouldn't necessarily know. They don't have to be huge names because they've got Margot Robbie, who we've seen can sell stuff out.
Yeah.
Look how good I am at not swearing on the show.
Yeah, you were very close, but it was pretty good.
Sell stuff out.
There you go.
Yeah.
I did want to point out that there's a possible villain could be Black Mask. Again, that's up in the air because I think he's attached to other movies as well. Who knows? He's a villain that has a wood mask fused to his face.
I like him. You don't like it?
I like the way it looks, but when you hear that, you're like,
okay.
That seems like something you would just go get surgery for. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It didn't melt to your face. Your face melted to it. You could take the wood off. Set that baby on fire. Just get that off.
You know how painful it is when you stick your tongue out and you attach it to a pole on accident because it's cold?
I've never done that. I've done a lot of dumb things. I've never done
Austin?
that. I froze a cup of water and got my tongue stuck inside of it.
You've never gotten your tongue stuck to a pole?
No. Also, we live in California.
All right, well, I'm from Boston. You guys help me out in the chat. You know what I mean? But I can only imagine because that's painful when you have to get it off. It's so if your whole face
little hot water.
Hot, yeah, that's true. But you're stuck, so you can't go get that.
Why not?
You're stuck to the pole that you licked for some reason. Which I can't really be clear about right at this time.
Just one more thing. Just one more question for this story. How old were you when it happened?
Yep.
All right, let's get some bets in the chat. How old was she when this happened? Also, if you've done that, you got to let us know, and you got to be honest.
Oh, you have to be honest.
You got to be honest. But last thing I wanted to point out is that Huntress
hurts like a mother. Thank you, sexy man.
I couldn't imagine that it would feel good. But I did want to bring up one last thing. We've seen Huntress pop up on Arrow before, and that was
see, that I remember. Why don't I remember Renee Montoya coming over to Gotham?
I'm not sure.
I tried to block out the first couple seasons. In all fairness,
couple.
Yeah, the first couple are rough.
Like just 2 or 3?
I'm gonna say 2.5.
You watched 2.5 whole years of TV.
I'm gonna say 3.
3 whole years of TV. But now you're like, I love it.
Yeah, I really like it.
Shut up. I hate you. You're so lying.
No, I'm
it's
not.
some like hypnotizing thing that you keep watching it.
I do feel kind of like, what's it called when you get kidnapped and then like you
Stockholm
love that person?
Syndrome.
That.
It seems like it. But I wanted to point out that Huntress has actually like 7 different origins in the comics. Like even in the Birds of Prey TV series, which is on the DC Universe app, they I think it was kind of teased that she was Batman's daughter, which is from the comics, or she's Helena Bertinelli, who is the daughter of a crime family in Gotham, whose family gets murdered, and she goes on a rampage to kind of kill him, and she's just Batman, but she murders people. So there's different versions that you could get. Both versions are cool, but I think they probably do the crime lord family
This
one.
is in the Ben Affleck universe right now. That if Batman's daughter, Ben would be that Batman.
If they did it that way, that's an option.
Yeah.
But they probably won't. They'll probably do the crime family one because usually people like that.
I think
100%. Yeah. And also it's kind of cool because you get like
and
the
also
mob
they don't want to
ties.
get themselves twisted up in that. Nope.
That mess over there, that rat's nest over there. We don't know what to do with that. But yeah, guys, let us know what you're excited about.
A bat's nest.
It's
not a rat's nest. Because it's a bat.
Let's give one bit to that. Let's do one bit for that in the chat. But I'm excited for Black Canary because I like her power set and I like that she's a fighter. I like
she's
Huntress.
top 5 for me.
She's amazing.
Black Canary is top 5 for me. I love her.
And Huntress has like cool moments where she can fight and she's got cool weapons. And Renee Montoya is all hand-to-hand combat, but she's an amazing investigator.
Yeah. Are you a Dinah Drake kind of gal? Or a Laurel Lance kind of gal.
Ooh, so we're just talking just Arrow, Dinah Dancels, the other one, the good one, the other one.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm more of a Black Siren guy, but that's only for Arrow fans.
No, we're gals.
Gals
in this conversation.
Oh, true. Roxy, come back. What are you doing? All right, she's probably busy over there. But while she's doing that, make sure you like this. Comment down below your thoughts on the Birds of Prey movie and who you want to see play Renee Montoya, and hit that bell notification so that you know when new videos are coming out. But also, click up here, click right here. That one gets you fun stuff. This, you get to watch fun stuff. Super cool. I'm Sam Basher, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.